Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good day trading. My day was okay. I'm not really happy with how I traded. I mean, I ended the day in the green, all winning trades, really, but I missed out on a lot of opportunities just because of weak hands. I got spooked out, scared out. I just became unconfident in my decision making. So that really bit me in the ass a couple times. So I'll just walk you through the trades really quick. I took two separate trades on StarBucks. Um, I waited for this initial pullback in the morning. So it did the drop down on news, on earnings. I waited for the first pullback to try getting in short. I did. And it started to go down. And I just started covering some shares I'm sorry, this is my first cover as it started to go down. But then it was starting to pull back up and I sensed some strength. And so I just covered everything right here just before it went against me, which was the right decision because it totally went back up and broke VWAP. Um, Now, had I been paying attention and not looking at other stuff, I would have loved to get in right here at the start of this candle as it started to go back down. This would have been a great entry. It's a sign of weakness I normally look for. I caught it later. My eyes caught it later looking at it, right at the perfect timing for the 5-minute opening range break. So I got it at a pretty good entry for an ORB. But again, I don't know what was going on in my head, the price action. It was just a little, I don't know. It just wasn't moving the way I wanted it to, but I can't blame the stock because it was probably just me and my weak hands, because ultimately it did keep going and going and going and hitting these levels that I had drawn out before. So I don't know. I screwed up that trade. I still made money, but ultimately I left a lot on the table because I couldn't control myself, my emotions. So next stock I jumped into between Starbucks while I was exiting in and out of Starbucks was Fox, or the FOXA version of the stock, because the FOXA version has more liquidity, more shares traded per day. I didn't take this specifically as a 5-minute ORB, although it turned out to sort of be that. I was really watching the 1-minute chart. It did a nice pop up and then sort of just fade down, and I was looking for it to break this level. So I got in right here. It did the break I was looking for. So I covered, no, this was just a complete cover because I got weak hands. I got scared out again. Again, not sure what was going on in my head, but I was just too impatient to wait for this move, which was an unpredictable. I know what it was. It was just the fact that there were no levels drawn out for this. It was a gap up. So there was no target levels of support or resistance for me to have as a goal for the stock to get to. So again, the price action was just not to my liking. So I got spooked out and I covered everything there, which of course I cursed myself as it made this move. Nothing you can do about it. That kind of stuff happens, but definitely regret not taking that move all the way down to where it ended up going. So the final stock I traded, Oracle, I made a decent amount of money on it, but I'm still not completely happy with. No, Oracle, I'm happy with how I traded. I mean, I couldn't have done it any different. The thing about Oracle that made me not happy was that it was a big gap down stock, and I was looking for it to do some continuation, some 5-minute opening range breakdowns, etc. But just before open, right in the pre-market, it did its giant move that I was looking for. So this candlestick here that happened in the pre-market is what I was hoping would happen at open. But unfortunately, it didn't. It happened before opening. So I was just pissed off about that pretty much. And so I didn't take it in the opening. I just had to wait and watch for it to chop out. It did this bounce back. As I saw it starting to fail up here, I looked for a good entry. So I should have gotten in up here, but I didn't. I'm not sure why I hesitated. I got in right here. I was very, very scared because it was right at VWAP. So it could have easily just gone back up against me and bounced off of VWAP. Thankfully, it didn't. It continued down. So got in short here. And I had this resistance line or support line drawn out from another time looking at Oracle. So as I got to this support resistance line, I saw that it was just acting a little bit different, acting a little bit weak. So I had some small covers, and then I just covered everything right there. So that's it for me today. Those 3 stocks. Not really happy with how I traded, but I got to be happy that I came out green on all my trades. Something that's really, really been helpful for me is just the waiting for good entries. You know, like waiting for stocks to pull back and not just trying to chase or whatever. So like here on what was a good one to show that out? Yeah, Fox. So like right here, totally, not a bearish stock in this little section, but because I took a good entry right here, I even when it did its little, just gyrations going up and down, I was still able to get some profit out of it. And then when it went against me, I was already in a pretty good position to exit with still some money on the table. So again, that's it for me. Hope you guys had a good morning trading. Thanks.